I asked you to tell me what on there was paid, I don't think you could, right? And some of them weren't paid. And my resume would not reflect what was paid and what was not paid. My resume simply reflects my experiences at those agencies. So it says the title, and then it says the tasks that I've done while in those positions. I think a few things that are important to keep in mind when you're thinking about doing more high-level volunteer work. You really need to present yourself as a professional with skills that an agency can benefit from. You don't want to present yourself necessarily as an intern, because when agencies hear intern, they think about giving someone some grunt work and things that are just going to need to get done. Filing, database entry, data entry, things like that. You really want to say you have skills. I'm looking for a place where I can use my skills and have an impact on, I would say, reducing violence against women, ending racism, empowering women, whatever the case may be. You want to present it like you already have skills that you are bringing to the table. What's important there is to know what those skills are. So I would spend some time thinking about what are your transferable skills. Can you plan and arrange events? Do you manage your time very well? Do you handle complaints? Can you coordinate fundraising activities? Do you know how to access information? Some of the things I think specifically nonprofits are looking for, and I would expect some businesses also, things around social media, right? I mean, I've been in a lot of nonprofits that still don't have a Facebook page, that still don't do Twitter, that talk about doing a blog but never get to it. That need to update their website, that are thinking about doing videos for YouTube. Certainly young people have those skills much better than those of us who've been around a little bit longer. Another skill I think nonprofits need, and hopefully is transferable, is marketing. Do you have an interest in art? Can you make display boards for health fairs and things like that? Could you distribute materials? Could you update some of our very old and dated brochures? Could you update our PowerPoint presentations so they're more than just slides with bullet points on them and include some multimedia things? Do you like planning events? I expect that particularly as we're thinking about young professionals, there's a whole nother market of people out there who might come to an event that was $10 or $15, and if you had 100 people at $10 or $15, that'd be more money than we had before, and would be very useful. The other thing I think nonprofits in particular are looking for are people who will do some research for them on either pilot programs, so say you are interested in working with youth. It might be that there's some great programs happening out west or in the south that are dealing with anti-bullying. So could you do some research and tell us what all the anti-bullying campaigns are and which ones you think are the best and why? And save us some of that background work so we can think about what would be useful. Research is always useful when people are writing grants. So we need the numbers to back up why we want to create a certain program. So that kind of research is really important also. Another thing I really think young people need to think about is being on a board of directors. There is no reason, just because you are under the age of 30, that you don't have something to contribute to a board of directors. And in fact, in this county, this is Orange County, I know that there are agencies that are definitely looking for young people on their board. Planned Parenthood looks for young people on their board, the YWCA looks for young people on their board, and I even believe the NAACP is looking for young people on their board. So I think that's important to consider. You will gain a lot of experience. It's an important thing to have on your resume, and you can learn a lot about what happens at the administrative and the visioning level of an organization. So keep those in mind. I think it's important when you go to an agency to present yourself as a volunteer to think about what you're able to do before you get there. So it would be ideal if you presented a program plan. Like, this is my idea, this is what I'd like to do. Would I be able to do it for your agency for free? Lots of agencies will say yes, some will say no. The agencies that say no, I suggest you offer to sit in on a couple of staff meetings, talk to a few staff members, and see what they might need in terms of support from not an intern and not a volunteer, but someone who's got some time in between jobs and would like to use their skills to improve whatever the issue is that you've decided to focus on. What's most important, I think, for agencies is that you don't cost them any energy. You're not going to cost them any money, but they also want to feel confident that they're not going to have to put in a ton of work teaching you and training you. So you want to present yourself with as much confidence and assuredness that you can do this on your own, and it will only take them, you'll check in with them, you'll send them regular updates, but you don't expect to use you won't be needing a lot of agency resources to help them accomplish their mission in this way. So, essentially I think there are a lot of ways that you can give back and get ahead. A lot of it is how you package yourself and what you think about. And I think it could be very beneficial to both the community and to the individual. So hopefully you've gotten some good tips from this webinar, and that will be helpful for you as you proceed in your careers. Thanks so much for listening.